Greetings! Manta79 here, and welcome back to another deck profile video for Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days! Alright, let's get started. Pressing the A button now.
Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days.
Loading game and proceeding. Here we are in the main menu, going to edit deck menu. And now in today's video, the deck profile I'm going to be making for today is a Keter Sanctuaries, Apex-surpassing, D-BT04. And first, I'm going to be using this Keter Sanctuaries, Apex-surpassing, D-BT03 deck for the base of the deck I'm going to build. Alright, let's get on to it. So going to edit deck. Here we go. And here we are. So, like I just mentioned before, the deck I'm building today's deck profile video is a Keter Sanctuaries, Apex-surpassing deck made up of cards only available up until D-BT04. So, okay, let's go to filter settings, pack, show only cards from D-BT01, Genesis of the 5 Greats, D-BT02, A Brush of the Legends, D-BT03, Advance of Intertwined Stars, D-BT04, Awakening of Chakrabarti, Festival Collection 2021, and promo cards, pack 1. Okay, apply filter. And first, let's start off with the Great 4 lineup. For the Great 4s in this deck, we're playing the Great 4, Apex-surpassing Sword, Bastion Prime. Skills for skill, continuous as a Vanguard. During your turn, all of your front row units plus 2000 power. Second skill, auto as a Vanguard, once per turn. At the end of the battle, your drive check revealed a Great 3 or greater card. Put a card with Bastion in its card name from your hand or soul into your drop zone. Stand all of your Great 3 rear guards, and they get plus 10,000 power until end of turn. So for Bastion Prime, it's the main Great 4 to mine this deck. The first skill, as long as Bastion Prime is your Vanguard, all of your front row units, Vanguard and rear guard included, get plus 2,000 power. And the second skill, at the end of the battle, after drive checking a Great 3 or greater card, by either Soul Blasting or discarding a Bastion card from your soul or hand, you can stand up all of your Great 3 or greater, your Great 3 rear guards, and you get plus 10,000 power. So for the second skill, it's an improved version of the Great 3 Apex-surpassing skill. Just by drive checking a Great 3, you can restand all of your Great 3 rear guards and you get plus 10,000 power, giving you a chance to either pressure or finish off your opponent with this powerful skill. So for Bastion Fly, we're going to be playing 4 of this card in the deck, okay? And now for the Great 3 lineup. For the Great 3s of this deck, we're playing Ride Deck, Great 3, Apex Ruler Bastion, skills for skill, continuous as a Vanguard. During your turn, all of your Great 3 units get plus 2,000 power. Second skill, auto as a Vanguard, once per turn. At the end of the battle, that your drive check reveal a Great 3 cost, discard a card from your hand. If the cost is paid, choose one of your rear guards and stand it, and it gets plus 10,000 power until end of turn. So for Apex Ruler Bastion, it's the main Great 3 to ride this deck. Its skills, the first skill, as long as Apex Ruler Bastion is your Vanguard, all of your Great 3 units, your Vanguard and rear guard included, get plus 2,000 power. And the second skill, at the end of the battle, you drive check your Great 3. By paying the cost of 1 card from your hand, you can stand one of your rear guards and get plus 10,000 power. So for Bastion skill, as long as you manage to drive check a Great 3, you'll be able to restand a rear guard, getting another attack to work with. And the best part is the standing unit gets a power boost of 10,000 power, so it'll be easier to build up the damage or pressure your opponent with this skill. So for Bastion, we got 4 in the deck, 1 the right deck, leaving it that way. Next up, the Great 3, Knight Broadaxe, Red Fluke, skill, action as a rear guard, cost, put this into your soul. If the cost is paid, choose one of your Great 3 rear guards, it gets plus 10,000 power until end of turn. So for Red Fluke, it's a pretty decent card to play in your Keter Sanctuary decks, especially for the Bastion decks. Its skill, just by giving up from your rear guard to the soul, another Great 3 rear guard gets plus 10,000 power, so Red Fluke is a good way to not only build up your soul for later soul blasts, but to also give your other rear guards more power to work with. So for Red Fluke, we got 4 in the deck, keeping it that way. Next up, the Great 3, Grand Heavenly Sword Alden, skills for skill, auto, when this unit is placed on the rear guard circle, counterblast 2 and soul blast 1. If the cost is paid, choose a card from your hand, call the rear guard circle. If you call the Great 3, draw 2 cards. Second skill, auto as a rear guard. When this unit attacks, if you have 3 or more Great 3 units, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. So for Alden, it's a pretty powerful support card for the Keter Sanctuary Nation decks, especially for your Bastion decks. Its first skill is just like calling the rear guard and paying the cost, and you can superior call a card from your hand to the rear guard. If you manage to call a Great 3, you can draw 2 cards. So for the first skill, as long as you've got a grade 3 call after Alden, you can restock your hand of more cards to either guard with or call and attack with. And the second skill, when attacking with 3 or more grade 3s in the field, Vanguard and Rearguard included, including Alden himself, you'll be able to give your attacking Alden plus 5,000 power. So for the second skill, as long as the conditions are met, Alden can serve as a 18,000 point attacker from the front row. So for Alden, we've got 4 in the deck, leaving it that way. Next up, the grade 3 Heavenly Bow of Edifying Guidance Refusals. We're not going to play this card anymore, taking it out. The grade 3 Form Up Oshos and Knights. Not going to play this anymore, taking it out. The grade 3 Heavenly Shock of Distinction Lagrel. Not going to play this anymore, taking it out. And putting it in their places, we're using the grade 3s. First up, the grade 3 Set Order, Pride to Protect, skill for skill order. Play this if you discard a card from your hand. Second skill, continuous as in the order zone. All of your grade 3 rear guards get boost. So for Pride to Protect, it's a pretty powerful support order for your Bastion decks. As long as this card is face up in your order zone, you'll be able to give your grade 3 rear guards the ability to boost in the back row, thus securing yourself more power to work with your Bastion decks, which more or less focuses on having a large number of grade 3s in your rear guard. So for Pride to Protect, we're going to be playing 3 in the deck, okay? And next up, we're putting in the grade 3s. The grade 3 Heavenly Arrow of Short Hit Sparare, skills for skill auto from the front row rearguard circle. When this unit is stand by your Vanguard's ability, Soul Blast 2, draw a card. Second skill, continuous from the back row rearguard circle. During your turn, all of your other rearguards in the same column as unit get plus 5,000 power. So for Sparare, it's a pretty powerful card to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks, especially your Bastion decks. Its skills are activated depending on which row you call it onto. The first skill from the front row rearguard circle, when it's restood by your Vanguard skill, for example Bastions, as long as you don't mind paying the cost of Soul Blast 2, you can draw a card. So for this first skill, it's a good way to restock your hand of more cards after restanding. Then the second skill from the back row, all the other rear guards in the same column as Sparare get plus 5,000 power. So Sparare is a good back row booster for your front row grade 3s or any other rear guard we should call in the front row. So for Sparare, we're playing 3 in the deck. Okay, next up, the grade 3 Heavenly Blade of Vow Fleet, skills for skill, continuous as a rear guard. During your turn, if your Vanguard is Apex-surpassing Sword Bastion Prime, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. Second skill, rear auto as a rear guard. When this unit is stand by your card effect, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. Super Fleet, it's a support card for the Bastion Prime. It's for a skill. As long as Bastion Prime is your Vanguard, it gets plus 5,000 power. And the second skill, when restood by your card effect, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, it gets another 5,000 power. So our Fleet, with its 2 skills, it's a potential 18,000 point to 23,000 point attacker with its own skills. So for Fleet, we're playing 2 in the deck. Okay, and next up, we're playing the grade 3 Heavenly N-Class Dragon, Embrace Dragon, skill auto. When this unit is placed in the Guardian Circle, choose one of your grade 2 or greater units being attacked. It gets plus 10,000 power until end of battle. If you choose a grade 4, it gets plus 20,000 power instead of 10,000 power. So for Embrace Dragon, it's more or less like a powerful defensive card for Keter Sanctuary Nation decks, especially for your Bastion Prime decks. Just by using it to guard, if your Vanguard's grade is 2 or greater, it can be treated as a 10,000 point shield. If your Vanguard's grade 4, it can be treated as a 20,000 point shield. So basically, Embrace Dragon is like a more powerful version of the other grade 3 card. Actual Analyst Kokubel with her skill to defend with the more grade 3s in your field. With these other grade 3, the Embrace Dragon, its skill can more or less just be used to defend you regardless of how many cards you have in your rear guard. It only counts your grade. So for Embrace Dragon, we're playing 3 in the deck, okay? And now for the Grade 2 lineup. For the Grade 2s in this deck, we have Ride Deck, Grade 2, Knight of Heavenly Spears, Rooks, Skills for Skill, Auto. When this unit is written upon by Apex-surpassing Bastion, cost, reveal 3 Grade 3 cards from your hand. If the cost has been paid, draw a card. Second skill, continuous as a rear guard. During your turn, if you have 3 or more Grade 3 units, this unit gets boost and plus 5,000 power. So for Rooks, it's the main Grade 2 to run in this deck. It's first skill. When written by top up by Bastion, as long as you've got 3 Grade 3s in your hand to reveal to your opponent, you can draw a card. So for this first skill, it's a good way to restock your hand slightly. And the second skill, during your turn, if you have 3 or more Grade 3 units, Vanguard, rear guard included, this unit gets boost and plus 5,000 power. So with this second skill, your Rooks can serve as a 15,000 point attacker or a 15,000 point booster from the back row. So for Rooks, we got 1 the Ride Deck, leaving it that way. Next up, the Grade 1 Knight of Heavenly Sword Fort. Skills for skill, auto. When this unit is written upon by Knight of Heavenly Spear Rooks, cost, reveal 2 Grade 3 cards from your hand. If the cost is paid, reveal the top card of the deck, call it the rear guard if it's a unit card, and put it into the drop zone if it isn't. And the second skill, action, as a rear guard, once per turn, counterblast 1, choose one of your Grade 3 Vanguards, it gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. So for Fort, it's the main Grade 1 to ride in this deck. It's for skill just by riding Rooks on top of it. As long as you've got 2 Grade 3s in your hand to show your opponent, you can superior call the top card of your deck if it's a unit, but drop it if it isn't. So for this first skill, it's a good way to secure yourself a potential attacker or booster to attack or boost with during your battle phase. And the second skill, as long as you pay a counterblast of 1, your Vanguard gets plus 5,000 power. So this skill is a good way to support your Vanguard by adding more power. So for Fort, we got 1 the Ride Deck, leaving it that way. The Grade 1, Divine Sister Fasciata, not going to play this card anymore, taking it out. The Grade 1, Aegis Bear Dragon, Sentinel, Perfect Guard, Skills for skill, continuous, Sentinel, second skill, auto. When this unit is put in the Guardian Circle, choose one of your units, it cannot be cancelled in a battle. If your hand has 2 or more cards, choose a card from your hand and discard it. So for Aegis Bear Dragon, it's a perfect guard for the Keter Sanctuary Nations. Like any other perfect guard in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When used to guard with and discarding a card from your hand, you can block 1 enemy attack, but it also features an ability unique to all these standard format perfect guards. When used to guard with while you have less than 2 cards in hand, you will not have to pay the usual discard 1 cost, making Aegis Bear Dragon a no-cost perfect guard in desperate last resort situations. For Aegis Bear Dragon, we've got 4 in the deck, keeping it that way. Next up, the Grade 0 lineup. For the Grade 0s in this deck, we're playing Ride Deck, Grade 0, Knight of Heavenly Bow Base, Skill, Auto. When this unit is written upon, if you went second, draw a card. So for base, he's the starting into this deck. Just the skill just by riding on top of him. If you went second, you can draw a card. So for base, we got 1 the Ride Deck, leaving it that way. And now for the trigger lineup. For the triggers in this deck, we're playing. Let's see, we're playing the Grade 0, Knight of Heavenly Hammer Gurgit, critical trigger. Not gonna play this card anymore, taking it out. The Grade 0, Knight of Heavenly Pierce Gallus, draw trigger. Not gonna play this card anymore, taking it out. The Grade 0, Blade Feather Dragon, critical trigger, skill, auto as a rear guard. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. Put this card into your soul. If the cost is paid, choose one of your units. It gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn. So for Blade Feather Dragon, it's a powerful critical trigger to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks. Its skill, after boosting, regardless if the attack hits or not, as long as you don't mind giving up Blade Feather from your rear guard to your soul, you can choose one of your units. It gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn, so either your Vanguard or rear guard will get the power boost. So for Blade Feather Dragon, it's a good card to not only let you restock your soul for later soul blast, but to also give your remaining attackers a little extra power to work with. So for Blade Feather Dragon, we got 4 in the deck, leaving it that way. Next up, we're putting in the Grade 0, Bard of Heavenly Song, Alpac, front trigger, skill, continuous as a guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5,000 shield. So for Alpac, she's a very powerful front trigger to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks. Per skill, just by using her to guard with while your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, she gets plus 5,000 shield, making Alpac a 20,000 point shield all on her own. So for Alpac, we're playing 3 in the deck. Okay, next up, the Grade 0, Protection Magic, Proby, skill, continuous as a guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, this unit gets 5,000 shield. So for Proby, she's a powerful draw trigger to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks. per skill when used to guard with while your opponent's Vanguard is squared 3 or greater. She gets plus 5,000 shield, making Perobi a potential 10,000 point shield all on her own. So for Perobi, we're putting 4 in the deck. Okay, next up, the Grade 0 Healer of Heavenly Staff, Arshis, heal trigger. We've got 4 in the deck, keeping it that way. And finally, the Grade 0 Light Dragon, Deity of Honors, Amritonia, over trigger, skill, trigger, additional effect. Until end of turn, you also perform drive checks for the battles your rear guards attack. So for Amritonia, he's the over trigger for the Keter Sanctuary Nation. Like any other over trigger in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When revealed during a drive check or damage check, you get 100 million power and draw a card. But he also features a skill unique to it alone. When revealed during a drive check in your turn, your rear guards will get the ability to drive check when they attack. So for this skill, it's a good way to not only increase your chances of getting a trigger to finish off your opponent, but to also restock your hand of more cards to potentially guard with or to call on your next turn. So for Amritonia, we got 1 in the deck, keeping it that way. And now the deck has been built. Cardfight explains, let's save the deck. Override deck being built. Yes. Okay, for the cards in this deck, we're playing 4, Grade 4, Apex-surpassing Sword, Bastion Prime. 4, Grade 3, Apex Ruler Bastion. 4, Grade 3, Knight of Broadaxe, Raphael. 4, Grade 3, Grand Heavenly Sword Alden. 3, Grade 3, Pride to Protect. 3, Grade 3, Heavenly Arrow of Sure Hit, Sparare. 2, Grade 3, Heavenly Blade of Vow, Fleet. 3, Grade 3, Heavenly and Class Dragon, Embrace Dragon. 1, Grade 2, Knight of Heavenly Spears, Rooks. 1, Grade 1, Knight of Heavenly Sword, Fort. 4, Grade 1, Aegis Mare Dragon. 1, Grade 0, Knight of Heavenly Bow, Base, starting unit. And for the trigger line of this deck, we're playing 4 critical triggers, 3 front triggers, 4 draw triggers, 4 heal triggers, and 1 over trigger, Amritonia. Alright, deck has been built, Cardfight explained. So now it's time to test out the deck, so let's leave the edit deck menu, return to main menu, back in the main menu, going to fight menu, and now choosing CPU fight. And now we select the deck I just built, the Apex Roller Bastion D-BT04 deck. Okay, selecting deck, and now choosing my opponent to test deck out on. Okay, who would be a good opponent to use this deck out on? Okay. Okay, testing it on Danji Momoyama, normal difficulty. And here we are, the battle begins. Let's get started. Okay, deciding who goes first. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock the paper, I lose, going second. Okay, then getting our starting hands. I got 1 Apex Ruler Bastion, a front trigger, a Alden, a Perfect Guard, and Pride to Protect. Okay, this is a good choice, okay. I definitely should hold on to the Order card to use its ability to boost, and definitely the Perfect Guard. Alden will be a good support card, so I think it's better that I just send back the front trigger and, I guess I'll hold on to Bastion in case I cannot draw the Grade 4. I can still Persona Ride, so redraw. I got a Grade 3, Ferrari, not bad. Alright, stand up Vanguard. My opponent's turn, he draws and rides. Grade 1, Diablo's Bad Steve, Steve's skill. He superior calls Matt to the rear guard and soul charges. He got a Perfect Guard in the soul, Knights. I drew, okay. I'm gonna ride for my right deck, Knight Heavenly Sword, Fort. For the right deck cause, let's see, Okay, I should try to hold on to the Perfect Guard and the Order card and possibly Alden as well. So my choices are to discard either the draw trigger, Sparare, or Bastion. I still haven't drawn the grade 4 yet, so I should hold on to the grade 3 to Persona right with in case I cannot get the grade 4. So I should discard either Sparare or Probabi. I think I'm just gonna hold on to my grade 3s. I'll just ditch the draw trigger for the right deck cost. Right, fort, base skill. I draw a card. I draw grade 3 Raffle, not bad. Alright, go into battle phase. My Vanguard attacks the Vanguard. The attack goes through. Drive check. Yes! Critical trigger! Just what I needed. All effects to my Vanguard. Power and critical added. And now 2 damage to my opponent. Slash! Damage check first. Yes! Front trigger! He wasted a trigger! Okay, effects wasted. And second check. No trigger, 3-3 Bruce. Nice, one less card to Persona right with. That's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. He rides the grade 2. Richard's skill, he moves Matt to the soul, draws a card. He calls Lyle, Krusty, and Stephanie. Okay. Okay. So I only have 1 card to guard with, so I guess I should block the first attack and let the remaining 2 attacks go through. Since there's still a chance my opponent can draw a trigger, so alright, I'll block the first attack with the critical trigger, Blade Feather, guard, attack blocked. Okay, I'm safe, and now next up, my opponent attacks with the Vanguard. No guard, take the hit. Here it comes, drive check. No, not a draw trigger. He draws a card, adds power to rear guard. Okay. Damage check. Over trigger. Okay, not what I was expecting. I got a perfect guard. Okay, all effects to my Vanguard. Now the attack cannot go through. Alright, wasn't expecting an over trigger, but okay, I guess. So I'm gonna write from the right deck, Knight Heavenly Spear Rooks. Okay. Alright, I drew the grade 4 Bastion Prime, so I guess I can ditch the grade 3 Bastion. So ditching grade 3 Bastion to right. Rooks. Fourth skill, I reveal 2 grade 3s in my hand. I reveal Raffle and Sparare. Reveal these 2. And now look at the top card of my deck. It is a, yes, Sparare, call to the rear guard. Here. Alright, that should do it. So go into battle phase. Sparare attacks the rear guard. Lyle. 1 rear guard down. And now my Vanguard attacks the Vanguard. 10k. The attack goes through. Drive check. Heal trigger. Cannot heal, and nothing to give power to, but I still have something good to guard with later, so that's the end of my turn. Damage check. No, not a heal trigger, come on! He heals the damage and gives effects to Vanguard. Okay, end of turn. My opponent's turn. He rides the grade 3, Diablo's Violence Bruce. And now he's going to call a rear guard. Brian, okay, full formation. Okay, I have no cards in the damage zone, so I should let the attack go through. No guard. Here it comes to a drive, first check. Ah, no, not a draw trigger, come on! He adds power and draws a card, second check. No trigger, safe, 1 damage to me. Here it comes. Touchdown and out! Damage check. Heal trigger. Okay, I give all effects to the Vanguard. And now the rear guard attacks the Vanguard. 21k. Okay, the remaining one will have 31k. So the skill of the grade 3 is not activated. The grade 1s are okay. I guess I'll let the remaining one go through and guard the remaining attacker. So no guard. Ow! Damage check. No trigger. Alden. Okay. And now the rear guard attacks. Okay. I guard the heal trigger. 35k. And okay. Attack blocked. That's the end of my opponent's turn. It's my turn. I stand and draw. Okay. I'm going to ride for my right deck. Apex Ruler Bastion for the right deck cost. Okay. I definitely have to hold on to the Great 4 and the Perfect Guard. I'm gonna play the Order card this turn and hold on to the Perfect Guards and the Great 3. So I'll ditch the Bastion in my hand to the Great 3 Bastion to ride Apex Ruler Bastion. And Rook skill, I reveal 3 Great 3s in my hand. I reveal Alden, Sparare, and Raploop. Reveal and draw a card. I drew a Grade 3 Fleet. Okay, Then, next up, I'm going to call Alden to the rear guard. Call Alden's skill. Counterblast 2, Soul Blast 1. And Superior Call a card from my hand. I Superior Call Sparare to the rear guard. Yep, calling Sparare to the rear guard. Adding power, draw 2 cards. Next, I play the Order card. Pride to protect. I discard from my hand the draw trigger for Robbie to set order. Now all Grade 3s can boost in the back row. Next up, I'm calling. I move Sparare back. And in the front, I'm calling Fleet to the rear guard. And finally, I'm going to... Okay, I'm going to call Raploop to the back row. That should be enough. So... I think I'm going to switch the positions of Fleet and Sparare. Yep, that should be enough. So, okay, go into battle phase. First up, Sparare attacks the unboosted, attacks the Vanguard. 15k. He guards with a draw trigger, 18k, 23k. The attack does not go through. Boosted by Raploop, my Vanguard attacks the Vanguard, 30k. The attack goes through, twin drive, first check. Heal trigger. Okay, I heal 1 point of damage, give power to Alden. And the second check, come on, Grade 3. Yeah, Grade 3, just what I needed. 1 damage to my opponent. And a Ray of Light rains down, and 1 damage. Damage check. No trigger, safe. Alright. Now Bastion's skill. I discard a card from my hand. Hold on the Perfect Guards, Grade 4 and the heal trigger. I'll discard the Grade 3. Here it comes. I restand 1 rear guard. I restand Sparare in the front row. Adding power, and now Sparare's skill. I Soul Blast 2 cards and draw a card. Draw an Order card. Okay. Now boosted by Fleet, Sparare attacks the Vanguard, 40k. The attack goes through. Pierce, 1 damage, damage check. No trigger, safe, okay. Now boosted by Sparare in the left, Alden attacks the Vanguard. Skill activated. Plus 5,000 power, 50k to the Vanguard. Alright, slash, 1 damage, damage check. No trigger. Okay. That's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. My opponent is going to activate Final Rush. Okay. And he's Persona Riding. Not good. He Persona Rides Bruce. Adds power and draw. Battle phase. Attacking rear guard first. Okay. Okay, I got 1 damage. So his Bruce will let him restand his front row. So I should block early on. Brian is 23k, so I'm gonna guard the heal trigger, 28k, block. 1 rear guard attack blocked, okay. Now here comes the next rear guard. I'll let it go through, no guard. And out. Damage check. No trigger. Okay. Now my opponent's attacking with the Vanguard. Bruce's skill. He's gonna Soul Blast 5. And restand his front row. Okay. Let the Vanguard go through. No guard. Twin drive first check. Nah, front trigger. No. He powers up his front row. And second check. No trigger. Order card. All right. Here it comes. 1 damage. Here comes my opponent's attack. Touchdown and boom. Ow. Damage check. Draw trigger. Yes, just what I needed. I draw a card and power to my Vanguard. Okay. The remaining rear guard attacks for 41k. No guard. Let it go through. Ow. Damage check. No trigger. And now... My opponent has 6, 7 cards in hand. I should not let myself get too much damage. I'll perfect guard. Okay, and then perfect guard skill. I discard from my hand. Definitely have to hold on to the Great 4 and the other perfect guards. So discard either Alden or the order card. Okay, I already got 1 order card in my order zone, so I'll just ditch the extra copy in my hand. Perfect guard. The attack is blocked. Safe. And now it's the end of my opponent's turn. It's my turn. I stand and draw. Okay, I drew a Embrace Dragon. I can use it to guard with later, so I'm riding the Great 4. Apex-surpassing sword, Bastion Prime. Right, Bastion Prime. And now, I activate. I'm gonna switch the positions of Sparare and Fleet. And then I activate Rafluke skill into the soul. I give 10,000 power to Fleet. Okay, that should do it. So, yep, that should be enough. So, should I call Alden to the rear guard to boost with? Yeah, why not? I need the extra power, so I'm calling Alden to the back row. Not gonna use its skill. Alright, that should be enough. Go into battle phase. First up, boosted by Sparare. Alden attacks the Vanguard. 33k. Alden's skill plus 5,000 power. Double guard. Front trigger for 53 total. Attack blocked. Now boosted by Sparare. Fleet attacks the Vanguard. 48k. He guards a perfect guard. Okay. He discards an order card. Alright. And now boosted by Alden. Bastion Prime attacks the Vanguard. 28k. Keep perfect guards. Not good. Alright, it all comes down to this. I have to get a grade 3. Triple drive first. Heal trigger. Okay, I guess it's fine. I'll give all effects to Alden. 2 more drive checks. I have to get a grade 3. Second check. Yes, grade 3. Just what I needed. Third check. Yes, critical trigger. I give all effects to Fleet. And now, the attack is blocked. Bastion Prime skill. Since I draw check a grade 3, skill activated. I special Soul Blast Bastion from my soul. Restand all grade 3 rear guards plus 10,000 power. Fleet skill, another 5,000 power. Alright, let's go for it. Boosted by Sparare, Fleet attacks the Vanguard. 83,000 power, 2 criticals. Yes, the attack goes through and slash, 2 damage. First, no trigger. Alright, 6 damage, I win. That was a pretty good match. I got to test out all the new cards, the grade 4 and the new grade 3s, so as well as the order cards, so I got win, double trigger, got 4 more heal triggers, attack 60,000 more power, perfect guard, drew an over trigger, 6 turns passed, did a superior call, retired 5 or more opposing units, and drew 3 or more times in 1 turn. I got 3,900 BP, total 13,125 BP. Press A to go next. Returning to the fight menu, and leaving the fight menu, going back to main menu, returning to main menu to edit deck menu, and alright, with that, the deck has been built, card effects explained, and I just finished testing out the deck in front of you, and so that's all the time we have for today. So first off, I want to say thank you to the viewers for watching today's video, and to please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload again in the near future. I also hope you all show support by liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing to my videos in channel. And with that, I say goodbye and see you all soon.